So I'm so not into Christmas this year.
Christmas ladder.
But this is the first year that we're empty nesters. So
Oh, is it? Okay.
yeah, so we have like no desire to put up a Christmas
that's
tree or
funny.
anything yet.
We're coming off of 5 years of that. We're just
Oh,
now
okay.
going back and decorating, and I agree. My homes are like,
Well, I have a 14-year-old daughter. I'm trying to get her to move out.
Yeah.
You're always talking about living on your own way. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
And we're back. You're listening to the Offbeat Business Show. This is Susan Hamilton speaking with Bernadette Coleman of Advice Interactive, who's doing some fantastic things with local business all across the United States. And of course, that's so important, American business, because we understand who you are. 80% of American micro to small business are family-owned businesses of 9 employees or less. It means we're building our business while we're taking care of our children, we're taking care of our parents. We probably have a veteran in our family or workspace, and 30% of us have an addict in our family or workspace. Today's business is not the same, and we need to make sure we're working very, very smart, because it's time to rebuild American business influence locally, nationally, and abroad. Because after all, America feeds the world.
That's right.
That's a big deal. It had everything to do with the event that you just came off of the other night, helping Sir Earl Toon give a kid a coat to address that 5,000 homeless kids in DISD. Geez, it's, our businesses need to be strong because there's a strong community need out there, and we can meet it when we're doing what we need to do, and especially when we are using services like Advice Local is using. And so thank you so much for having a heart for this and putting your finger on the pulse of American business. You were talking before we went to the break about how important it is to have consistent directory listings and how Advice Local can help business owners do that.
Yeah.
So my past, I knew a little bit about this beforehand, before you got involved and made it better. So what I'm excited about is, and I'd like to just ask you for a second, how does a business owner actually engage in that? When they hire Advice Local, are they filling out their own descriptions, or is this a service that you do for them? How does this information that they want people to know get out? And
Across the board,
consistently.
Yeah, it's well, consistency is the most important thing. It's really easy to go online to any directory, right, and put in your name, address, and phone number and create a profile. The problem is that data today is so inexpensive to store, and so many companies have so much data out there that they're pushing out online, that old data is being pushed and overwriting new data. So we have to be very vigilant as a business owner to make sure that not just your main directories like Google, Superpages, YP, Bing, Yelp, these main directories are accurate and consistent, but all the directories out there that are directories that are found online. So there's probably about 20 to 25 really important ones, but there's about 50 directories out there that people use consistently. But there's thousands of directories out there altogether. So if nothing else, you need to make sure that your top 50 directories, the most important ones, are consistent. Otherwise, what happens is the search engines that are actually showing you as a result when someone is searching for your product or service won't be convinced that your business is where they say they are, or you are doing what you're saying you're doing, because they're getting inconsistent data. And this is all driven by algorithms. So it's really, really quite simple. If you've moved, if you're a business that have ever moved, changed their name or changed their phone number, and you go online and you look at all your directories, you may find 3 or 4 different listings for the same business address.
That's common.
All the time.
Yeah.
Or it may have an old phone number with the new address. These get misconstrued because people are just pulling in this data, they're scraping their data from different sources, and then they're repurposing that data and putting it out there. So what does that tell the search engine? The search engine, if someone's looking for you and it sees inconsistent data, they may not show you to the person searching for your service if there is a competitor whose data is more consistent, because they're going to trust that competitor more. Does that make sense?
Well, there's only so many places that you can be seen. You know what? There used to be 10 if you're looking at a desktop. I think it's much less than that now. And even
we're
less,
down to the top 3 in Google, right? Yeah. Now, Google's now just launching their local ads, which is going to be quite exciting for the small business. It's going to make Google a lot of money, but people that want to be seen online can now actually purchase map listings. So that's going to be interesting. That's rolling out.
But you make it easy for people just to get that done.
Yes, so you just need to come to our website, run a report, look at your listings, and if you see any inconsistencies, you can always fix them yourself. But I know that most small businesses are busy, the owners are busy running their own business.
Which I
right?
hope that's what you're doing.
Right?
I really, really hope that you just take that step and reach out and have this done for you.
Yeah, and it just simply, there's a fix it button, a big button that says fix it. You just press that fix it button. We pull in all that data. We cleanse the data as best we can. We look for inconsistencies. We look for duplicate listings. And then our algorithms, we're connected to many different directories. So our own internal proprietary technology will now go out and push this data and cleanse this data and make sure that across the web your data is correct. The search engines then know for a fact that you are located where you say you are. They know for a fact that you do what you say you do. And then they trust you. And when someone's looking for your product or service, in that moment that they need you, they will show you, and that's how you'll be found. It's really that simple.
In that micro moment.
In that micro
in
moment.
that micro moment, when that thing is broken, when you have the light bulb go on that, wow, I need to be working with a certain kind of a company. I need to be involved right then. That is a very, very important place for you to show up, friends. You really can't be missing this. And right now, early on in the year, you've got this opportunity to take advantage of this and really make a huge, huge difference for everything that 2017 has to offer. I mean, seriously, this is a great time to go ahead and get this
Get it done. Take control of your data. That's what we say, because if you don't, someone else will. And quite frankly, it's very easy for competitors to go out there and manipulate your data if you don't control it. It happens all the time.
Yes, it does.
It happens all the time. So we'll see it, quite frankly, we'll see one HVAC repair company go take control of their competitors' Google My Business listing because they didn't claim it, and then go in and change the phone number to theirs.
And good luck fixing it at that point. That is really difficult, and you probably know that. So I agree. Take control of that and allow a company that has the best understanding of it. As you said, you've got proprietary algorithms. You know how to solve these
Our
issues.
tools make it very easy to manage your listings all from one platform. And we don't just manage listings. We have a whole review module now. So we just launched our new review module that tells you how many likes, how many plus ones. It pulls in all your reviews, lets you know if you have a negative review or positive review, tells you if your sentiment is good or bad. And you can manage it all from one page across Google, Twitter, Facebook. It makes it very simple for small business. Just log on, look, is there anything you need to do today? Yes, no. And then you either engage or you don't. We prefer that you engage every day if you can. That's going to make your clients happier. That's going to make them want to do more business with you. But we make that very easy.
I think what you're talking about, this new way of approaching our news and new way of approaching the information that goes on in our community. The term hyperlocal has a lot of meaning today.
It does.
Because it's so important for us to know, and I do believe we've got a strong distrust of national news media on many levels, and people are looking for information that they can trust. And what you're telling us about this recent acquisition is you've got some.
We're very excited.
Cool
Yes, we're in the process of acquiring a company called bubblelife Media, and bubblelife Media is a hyperlocal newspaper here in the Dallas area. It's community driven, so if you live in Allen, Texas, my newspaper is different than someone who may live in Parkland or McKinney, right? So it's really quite exciting because I get my news feed every day, just like I would be delivered a newspaper, but it's all about the information right in my local community. So I know what's going on at my schools, I know what's going on with my local businesses, I know what's going on, crime in my area, and it's all right there. And what's exciting about this is that the readers become very loyal, right? Especially the women, they're very loyal to this newspaper because this is where they're getting their news. This is where they're finding out where the next exercise class is. This is where they're finding out where their deals are, right? So it's hyper-local community. And what we're finding is that our businesses that we're promoting through our hyper-local community using native content, ads are getting quite an amazing return on their investment. So much more focused than just buying a Google ad, right? Because you're showing your business to the people that are living in your neighborhood.
Well,
Right?
you're
So-
also showing
right.
it and presenting it in such a way that they
That it makes sense.
understand how
Mhm.
you serve them. A lot of
Exactly.
times that's a miscommunication.
Yeah, just in Dallas alone, we have 280,000 readers, avid readers every day. The email goes out to over 80,000 readers here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So that's quite a bit of, I think we have over 6,000 businesses here in Dallas that are being promoted through Bubble Life. But if you want to know what's going on in your neighborhood, just go and subscribe to Bubble Life.
So you're going to retain the name.
Yes,
Okay.
for now.
I was curious about the
Yeah.
branding, what you were going to do with that.
For now, we like it because we all live in bubbles, right? It's all about where we're at. Now, my home bubble may be different than my work bubble, but hyperlocal is going to be the key. And we were talking about this earlier. It's right now the key for small businesses is to drive the traffic from online to offline, right into your doors, right? Whereas before we just all wanted to be online.
Mm-hmm.
Now we want people to go online and drive them back offline because it makes, if you're a doctor or dentist, you're not selling anything online.
It really was a
Right?
connection that wasn't being
Yeah.
made before, and we were wasting a lot of time, and that was a very frustrating
Yes.
part. When people are being told, "Hey, put this content out, put this
Mhm.
content out, put this content out, get more people online." Well,
Well,
guess
that's
what?
good, but
You
it's
know,
not driving them into your store.
No, and
a
blog's
good blog
not
is a good
selling.
blog.
That's not necessarily a sales tool
No.
from that
Yeah.
level. It's an information tool
Yeah.
to help somebody dig deeper.
Yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, Forrester says it's a $2 trillion business, and it is. It really is. Today, people are into instant gratification. That cell phone doesn't leave your side. Do you know? And I spoke on this at my last conference. There's a term called nomophobia. That's the fear of being without your phone. Yeah,
nomophobia.
and you know that over 80% of women suffer from nomophobia.
Oh my.
It's 70% of men. Yeah. And that phone literally is by our side 24 hours a day. And I bet if I asked how many people in your audience sleep with their phone next to them, I bet just about everybody. And do you know that when your phone buzzes, you will look at it within 15 minutes, whereas on an email it may take a day or two. So that phone right now is our primary means of communication. And it's the most personal communication that you can get because you're right in that person's hand, right?
Right.
So
right.
when someone's searching today, they don't go to the PC, they pick up their phone. And then when they pick up their phone, they pick it up because right at that moment, they thought about something. They thought, I need something, I want something, I want to learn something, right? I want to find something. And they pick up the phone, and that's how they're doing their searches. And they're not searching by one or two keywords. They're talking to the phone. They're
Right,
using Google's
right.
voice search. They're using long tail keywords. They're using sentences to find out exactly what they need. And they're doing it in and what's being presented to them is someone right there in a 5-mile radius. They're not presenting a solution that's 10 miles away or 20 miles away. It's right there in that little community, that hyper-local community. And that's what's happening today. And that's why you need to make sure that people know where you're at and that your data is consistent and that everyone knows 100% that you are at 122 Friendly Way, right, in Allen, Texas.
It's a lot. It's a lot, American business owners, and we understand that you're freaking busy. You've got things that you're doing, and that's important. And all the different focuses that we have, there are things that we've identified that you really, really need to kick it up a notch. Things that if you don't do, you are going to be in some serious, serious danger in the very near future. This is not a drill. This is your business, and this is what's happening with technology today. And we've recognized that networking is one of the largest struggles that we have. And how can we handle social networking if we don't even know how to be networking? And yes, it's uncomfortable when you first step out and you want to learn something new, and you have to be vulnerable, just like you do in social media, but allow yourself to do that. Get out there and do it. The danger is not doing it. You need to know who your strategic alliances are, because today's business owner cannot be doing absolutely everything in their business the way they used to be. So if you are a business owner doing your own directory listings, you've got something out of place. I'm here to tell you. You need to make sure you've got people doing the things that need to be done so that you can focus on what it's going to take to keep that vision that you have in mind for your business out there. We're struggling with processes. We're struggling with continuing education, and we're struggling with digital marketing strategies. And all of these things, we showcase the experts that talk directly and specifically to these areas on offbeatbusiness.com. I want you to reach out to Bernadette Coleman. How can they reach out to and get a hold of your services, Bernie?
We just go to advicelocal.com. It's easy.
Yeah, you just made it super easy. And that's the point, right? You don't need to overcomplicate this stuff. You can find all of our information. You can find our lineup, our replays, our magazine, and all of our sponsor information, event information at offbeatbusiness.com. Until next time, American business, get strong. It's time to rebuild your influence locally, nationally, and abroad. You've been listening to the OffBeat Business Show.